I mean, if you win, then it's good. That's for sure. But we start with all 16 players that qualified through the season. We have here 12 players on the server. Like the Chief Freak is of course also an admin, but he was also qualified as player. Quick, Brinken, Alcon, Chief Freak, Speedself, Xavier, Chris, Bossbest, Dampoleto, Jan van Spike, Nick Sotica, Akros, and myself. One player that is for sure missing here is Azion. He was very strong in all the maps, like he participated here actually weekly. He's not there. And Peking Ender is about to come, they said. I mean, it doesn't matter if he comes a bit later, I guess. If it's just about winning maps, then just go. Because the first map is anyway the most difficult, I guess, to win. So you're not getting through that easily anyway. So you can also miss like the first rounds, all of them, if it's just about winning once. This is the map that I know the least. It might start, I don't know. Let's see what they write. Naja, okay, there's one other map that I know even less than this, because I never played it in the Real Cup. Live after warm-up, okay. But this map, from all the maps, I went through all the maps today. And this is the map I spent the least amount of time on, and it's the most difficult one. Also remembering the way here. So that is gonna be difficult to perform on this. During this 5-lapper I have to learn the map a bit. I think it's the admins, Nixotica and Chiefreak, they might be both playing as players, so I can't really ask how this is working. Yeah, training for this competition, it would have been good. But on the other hand, I think if it takes a while, then you learn the most by just playing. Okay, we go live. Let's go. I guess you have to win against all other players, but I'm not completely sure. On this map it will not happen anyway, so I will just try to learn it. Getting used to this track. I mean, the start was very bad. Again, I'm very unsure with that transition, how to drive it. Not on position. This is better here, this part for me. Tightening corner. This drift here was always weird for me. Got a decent 8th place now. Sixth place now. Looking for speed for this jump. 5 seconds behind first. For me it would be just good if not one of the best players is... wait. For me it would be good if one of the best players overall will get the victory where I have no chance. So that on my good maps I don't have to play against the super best players, just against the semi-good players. Where it would be easier to get a victory. If one of the semi-good players gets through here as first, yeah, I have no chance to deny him. And then I have the good opponents on my better maps, and it's a bit unfortunate. This map has some length, it's only lap 2, already over 3 minutes in. So let's try here something. I think that you can go there, or should go there even. Not through the triangle, but left of it. So... I want speed. That landing was interesting. Like my car was completely straight at the landing. Couldn't make the corner at all then. Drop one place. But I think this is more like really training this round. Have to get better on that map. Remembering the corners, remembering the lines, getting used to the lines is, as I said, probably my worst map at the moment, together with the one track that I never played. And that map I of course should have no chance. Yeah, one time I could not play, that was when my parents were visiting me. There I was not active. Like my parents were here, plus I had that issue with the gamepad that I had no gamepad. Apparently, well, I had the gamepad that I use right now, I just didn't think it would be so good. I had no time to test it out. And had then also no motivation for it. I think that I slowly get faster and better on it. Oh, interface on is super laggy. And I didn't look. And I lost the place. There's a not respawnable CP. Ah, there is a way, but it's very blind. I can assume which one he means. Ah. Yeah, I threw away a position there. The top 8 players will go through into the semis. It's of course super important to get the big points. Like Elcon is already now kinda safe. Because you need 3 6th or 3 7th places to just get to the points that he already got. So it's a bit unfortunate that I just dropped 3 points when I was looking. Like, I didn't expect that I would not make it, but I had the interface on and my FPS, they were suddenly a quarter of what it was without interface. So if you're wondering why is he always playing with interface off, like on this server yet with this plugin, it's just, there is no option. You have to play it without interface, there's just no option. This is the other map that I don't know. So we directly start with my worst maps. Nice. Ah yeah, the first map I knew, but was not prepared. So this map, I played 3 laps earlier, but never had a cup on it, so very, very clueless. I can only try to kinda be consistent. Hope I remember the way. Ah ja. Right here. Then hit a freebie and that's the 1 lap. Okay, let's go. 6 laps here. What a weak jump directly. Nobody lost it there? Oh. Went for speed, still lost quite a lot. Ah! What's this? Why did I jump behind? Dude. I should make sure to finish when Elcon is in the finish. Because not scoring any points, that can cost a lot. What happened to Dampoleto? I have no idea what the finish timeout is. If it's only half a minute, then I have no chance already now. Because it is already at 24 seconds. I'm really not sure with this quarter pipe jump. Or to avoid that you jump behind. Yeah, otherwise this map is pretty cool. Also mixed. Many different styles. Pretty smooth. But not easy. You definitely need a bit of time to learn it. But it flows pretty well. Yeah, I will definitely fall over half a minute behind. Without that stupid mistake, I could have avoided that. Ampuleto actually made some positions. He had a bad start as well. And a bad start into the first lap already. I have 1 minute and 30. That's fine. At least I am getting the ice part now. So I make 8 points. Like, it doesn't really matter when you're here behind. That's just 1 point difference between every position. It only matters that on your good maps you get better positions. That matters. This is the part I have to train the most here. I don't think that you want to land in a slide. It's at least not very controllable. So yeah, the real Project Delta knockout I played under horrible conditions. On my small laptop with bad internet and so on. And was really happy that I got it into the top 8. And then also in the top 8 round I had some people behind me. It was really good. Now it's much smoother to play, of course. And in this section here, I know now that I have to kinda risk this jump. But I looked at it now shortly, did some respawns, and I'm kinda comfortable that I get that. Let's go. So it starts with this third part. have heavy gear down. This is one of the most difficult corners here. And then also the ice part. Yeah. Naja, it could have been worse. Ugh. But also a map if you didn't practice then, or it's so hard. But here could be some mistakes. Not in the first one though. I mean, I'm losing 4 seconds in one lap. That's of course too much. Maybe you actually keep the slide. Like losing the gear that cost me a lot. Over this part here. And here I was always doing a different line in the cup back then. Is everyone ice scored? How do I lose a position there? Oh, this transition is also difficult. Or shaky at least. This was much better now. I barely lost anything to first place now. The thing is, instead of flag rush, I could have done training this here to have better chances now, yeah. And then wasting the time with such a flag rush tournament, it's always retrospective annoying. Because I now might have 2 shit tournaments, the flag rush and also this year. It's always a problem when you play multiple tournaments. But this is not over here. Me winning is unlikely as long as Alcon is there. Losing 2 positions in the eye is beautiful. Well, for a moment I forgot where to go. Seems like She-Freak is not playing. At least I didn't realize him yet. But Nixotica is. Nice, someone crashed. Nice. Wow, and I was... Also, if I didn't have that bad first round, I would have won the map, actually. I would have won it. I lost everything in the first lap. My distance after 6 laps is actually less than after the first lap. So some of the fast guys like Alcon must have made mistakes. But yeah, oh, She-Freak is playing, he's 4th. But yeah, that's important points for me. 21 points, that will boost me up. But you have to say that also the guys behind here in the points scored decent. We are picking, and it's not there. We are 11 players and I need to be top 8 after all maps. 6 maps? 7 maps? Naja, 6 maps I guess. But I counted 7 earlier, but it must be 6. So I need to have 3 players behind me, and Peking End of course is quite far behind as he joined late. And Brinken is also a bit behind, and at the moment Dampoleto, but Dampoleto is good. Hello Sven, am I fine? Yeah, could be better. Like healthy, like health-wise I'm fine. So we play now map by Firestorm. One minute 30 warm-up, and then the next 6 lapper. On this map I got 2nd in the cup. It was on the last weekly cup, like last week I played it with Shorty. So I was good here. But it was extremely tight, like everyone was super close together. Alcon wasn't participating last week, so I'm not sure how much he knows this track. That means the big points are for grabs, for the other players. That can be a chance and also dangerous, depending on if I fuck it up now or not. Okay, let's go. Are you Sylvester, Christmas in Braunschweig? Nah, they are actually moving away from Braunschweig, so we meet somewhere else. That means also that the chance that I come to Braunschweig is now not as big anymore. Like in general. Sadly. And I still didn't see Dexter, who's also living there. In the near Braunschweig. I almost fucked it up. I mean, I fucked it up. This map is usually very close, so it will be hard to catch up, but I just lost. But it would have been much worse if I really clipped and crashed. Yeah, focus. Struggle with this corner. Not sure how much the car will turn in. It depends on the line as well. At least I didn't get any lags so far with new local records. I'd really lose speed there. And so I'm battling the 6th. Oh, but also with 4th. Oh, I almost jumped off there. And I lost 2 positions, yo. You can definitely tell that I'm battling. Okay. Like the beginning of this round was really shit, and now I'm suddenly third. Nice. I almost won it. Like the Chief Freak won it is actually not that great for me. No, yeah, he's 7th there. That's not so good for me. But generally, 2nd place, beautiful. After that start. That 4th to 6th position is now actually 4 seconds to 5 seconds behind me. Speed self so far behind, lol. But, well, he got good points early on, so he can live with that, even though he drops, of course, behind me now. You can clearly see that those 2 maps were much better for me compared to the first 2 maps, where I didn't know the maps well enough. You saw that. This transition can easily go wrong. Apart from that, this was also a relatively simple map. Let's go. If I get a good result now, then I might be already safe for the top 8. With my gear. But when I'm 3rd place in the first lap, then usually that says something already. Then others don't really have the greatest pace on this map now. And I have a good chance for another great position. From a 2 to 4th? Made a position with that crash. But that one little part, I'm not sure at the moment how to drive it. Yeah, lost the gear. Yeah, I'm not sure with the gear. Ah, way too late. There were a lot of bad parts now, after each other. I probably lost a lot to second, so that I have no chance to get that. I don't think that I have a big lead to the guys behind. Yeah, also the gear there, oh. I have to say this map has some issues. If you get everything, it's nice to drive. But I was always in the lower gear there, which makes this really annoying to drive. if you want to keep the gear in that last third, then you have to take a bad line for the crest, like a bad entry. And that's the annoying thing. Yeah, you see, I was actually for a long time on second place in the beginning, but that's now super far in front of me. I still got third though, so people struggled a lot with this map. Bossbass only 9 points, I didn't see a lot from him yet. He is in the top 8 though. Because Peking Ender left again. Yanfan Spike is not doing, Xavier Chris is not doing. So we have currently a Brinken left, so we have 9 players. And 8 of those come through. The semifinals will be 1, 4, 5, 8 and 2, 3, 6, 7. Let's do tactical. 1, 4, 5, 8. I am currently in the middle, so that would be the most likely. 1, 4, 5, 8. This is not where I want to be actually. Because I thought already about that, yeah. Bossbass is totally underperforming, but if I get him in a 1v1v1v1 match, like I can easily lose against him. On the other hand, yeah. And of course, when you're 4th or 5th, then you have Alcon in your match. And then you know already that there is 1 spot away. You only have 1 remaining spot. So it would be better if I would make it into the other semi-final. But for that, I have to perform better than the 2 guys ahead of me in the points. On this map here. Like I can't now on purpose go super bad and drop to 6th. That doesn't work anymore. I actually did a really good job in getting good points so that I am safe of not falling down. Now I'm so far up though that there's only one way. I need to beat the others so that I get 2nd or 3rd. Because being in a semi-final with Alcon is just, yeah, you know, there's one spot is definitely away. You have no chance for that one spot. And then you battle with the other 2 for the remaining spots, and then it is really map and round dependent. While when you have 3 decent opponents, but theoretically you can beat all of them, it's not so much the feeling of like I have to then perform in this one specific round against my direct opponent. Ah yeah, we will see. This is not a bad map for me here. Maybe I can perform well enough to get a 2nd or 3rd place. Okay, let's go. In the real Delta KO I underperformed on this map a little bit because of an early mistake in the top 8 round. So I guess She-Freak is the one that I have to beat. because Across is good on those maps. And Quick is not allowed to make too many points, so he overtakes me. I had a bad gear now. It dropped me some speed and time. To inside. Not sure how that is possible, but I take it. Like you see that there are barely any players have trained the maps, yeah? You really see that. And it's nice to see that the others are thinking the same, like going kinda unprepared into this. Because training for this here, yeah, it would make you then, it would give you an advantage, but it's so boring to invest time for that, yeah. It's actually Across ahead of me. Ugh. And She-Freak behind me, so it's, even though I have such a good position, it doesn't say anything. I have to stay ahead of She-Freak. Before Elcon DNFs. I'm not sure if he can get overtaken by Across and She-Freak. I don't think so actually. I think he has over 30 points advantage. If I thought that shortly correct, then my gap is actually huge to She-Freak. And I'm very close to Across. So I can save it a little bit. But I think, if I saw that correct, then there is a 5-second gap behind me. Oh no, I'm 4 seconds behind. Well, I didn't see that. I saw 0.4. Then, never mind. Then the gap is not that big. It's still decent, but not 5 seconds. There's Boss Best behind. She-Freak lost a bit, but I didn't see the gap of them. Last lap. Just bring it home. These maps are all so nice, yeah. They are so fluid, so creative, well built. It's crazy that this competition didn't have more recognition, or I had to release a lot. thought I will crash. Lost it against Boss Bass, but it doesn't matter too much. Because I will overtake him. Or that could have mattered. Yeah, Elcon is trolling. It could have mattered if She-Freak... Like, what the fuck, Elcon? He has actually a lot of speed. If She-Freak was 4th, it would have mattered actually. Because he had 4 points advantage. But now I will overtake him. Like, that looks actually fast, yeah? As if you can really drive it like that. Nah, this is a bit too tight here. That part was too slow. Yeah, apart from that, Boss Bass made really good points. So I have him as opponent now. Do I? Yeah, he overtakes Nixotica, who was also doing well. It's basically my own mistake that I let Boss Bass through. So I still have to drive against him. But in this scenario it's better. Also, not playing against Nixotica is maybe not even that bad. I mean, they all can be good. Dampoleto also left. Yeah, okay, so I am 3rd. And I played then against Arcrose, against Speed Self and Boss Bass. So this is a matchup where I have a chance, to be honest. Where I have a chance. See you, Sven. Okay, they ping in the Discord. La 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 la. Yeah, until they post it, I will go on to toilet. so I'm back. So how this is working now? Also what I think, yeah, is that we are 4 players and you have to win 2 maps. We play now the 2-lap versions of these maps, so not 6 laps races or 5-lap races, just 2 laps on each track. And I'm not sure how long we play each map, if it's just one single round or if it's longer until a certain point limit and then with finalists or what else we could do. But well, if you win a map, if you win 3 rounds, yeah, if it's just that. But we play some of that, yeah, we have to win a map and then also a second map. And the 2 players that won 2 maps, the first, they are through. So it obviously matters when there is a really strong player that denies you of winning a map and then he is through and is gone and you only play against the other 2. What maps come then? If then my bad maps come up, well, So in that format, it would be good if it also here starts with my bad maps, like it did in the previous round. In the previous round it didn't matter because we went through every map anyway. But now, it would be actually good if we start with my bad maps. So that in the end, when the deciding rounds come, that I then have my good maps. Where maybe only have to be 2 players and not all 3. Because the strongest one is maybe already through. Naja. They want to post everything and they adjust it. So, semifinals start now. Format is cup mode. First 2 players with 3 map wins. Aha, 3 map wins. Qualify to finals. 1 round per map on 2-lap version. Cycles through all 6 maps and returns the first map if top 2 is still not decided. So I play against Akrose, Speedself and Bossbess on the second server. And I have a password. I tried an instant starting. Okay, we do a vote and we start. So it's just 1 round per map and we have to get 3 map wins. And we played just 2 laps. Let's go. So in this map, She-Freak won ahead of me. So I placed the best of all these 4 players. But Akrose has beaten me. Akrose in the normal Knockout has beaten me on this map. Okay, in this case that we have maybe a cycle coming through back into the first rotation, it's maybe good that we start with a good map for me. Well, let's go. Yeah, that's exactly the problem. Agros is the best opponent here on the server, and I would have beaten Bossbass and Speedself, but Agros did deny me. That's the same with Elcon basically, that Elcon would deny you maybe on the good maps. Lost it all in the beginning, in the first ice. So now we go with a bad map for me. I have nothing to lose on this map. I mean, got a bit into it. So who knows what's possible. That's of course Speedself's chance. Oh, I got an upper gear this time. Yeah, that's unfortunate. It was so dumb to crash like that. Can't really explain why it happened though. this map, for example, would be good for me if Akros also wins. Because he denied me on my good map. And in that moment, when I say that, Akros actually crashed. And it's boss best versus speed stuff, I can't believe it. So one of them is gonna win the point. Close for that first place. ENG decides. Boss best stays ahead. Just by a bit. Yeah, and he was so far behind in the points in the first round, yeah, and that didn't matter. Because everyone else left. It's incredible. And here he gets a point with 210. That's so much worth. Okay, we come to this map that we just ah no, it's a bit longer ago that we played it. People were struggling here a lot. It was a good map for She-Freak and Alcon. The others, also my opponents, were not performing on it, but they can of course perform. This looks like a Karlberg map. Yeah, now that you say it, I'm not sure if I would this. Do I have the time to look? It's by Pringles. Okay, let's go. Now it's important. Here I need to win. That's not how you win. Okay, but well, we saw in that other race that I actually struggled quite a lot with some parts of this map. .3 seconds. It's not over. No! I got a slowdown. Ja, weil... I have to understand how to get... like how to keep the gear there. This is a fast race. This map is very short. I think they both didn't have a very good second lap, but probably I wouldn't have caught up to boss best even with a Like Arcros is only 1.6 behind, he caught up to them, at least. Yeah, now they all have 1 point. Okay, this was actually not such a good map for me. On this map here I feel better. Sadly, Arcros is still in. That's the issue. Because Arcros also feels very good on this track. Of course, 6 laps races are better for me overall, you know, as I come more from the consistency. Here in 2 lap races, it's, yeah, you have to risk a bit more, you have to YOLO a bit more to really create a gap to the other players. Man, why? Yeah, good second lap, but I lost it again alone in the first lap. Second in the end, man. I overtook both Speed Self and Boss Best, but I don't get a point. Because Arcros is performing on the maps where I am good. Yeah, I lost it of course myself with that. Like I said, that was also the one part on this track where I felt the most unconfident because of this. You barely get around on the plastic. It's of course always the mean thing, it's only about winning. Like, second places you can't buy anything from them. I have to win. There's just no other choice. Have to win. I can tell you that the next map is not great for me. So it would be good if I score a point here now. Okay. I have 1.7 seconds. Oh my god. I made it more exciting than it had to be. Vinus, hi. Thanks again yesterday. I'm not sure if you'd ever heard it, but I realized or was it 2 days ago, but I realized your tier 3 sub so late. So thanks again for that. Okay, I got it into the finish. Crazy that it cost me 1.7 seconds, my chokes that I did earlier. Wait, one map is missing. We didn't play one map. That's good, because the one map that we didn't play was not my best map. Okay, that's good. So we're back on this one. Wow, how is he so far ahead? I'm so unlucky that I have to play this against Akros. And then he's performing. Like, Speedster from Boss Blast would have no chance here. Yeah, he has the run of his life. Oh, this boss is actually... Okay. What the fuck? Why is this boss? Ah! Yeah, as I said earlier, like, I don't really want to play against boss. Oh, I did so well. Twice on that map I did so well, and twice it was the second place. Man. I really believed it was Across. Yeah, that's gonna be tough now, because now we come to my worst map where I have no chance to score a point. I really had to score on Firestorm's map. That's my best map. To get that start better. I have to try to perform on this map that I barely know. Maybe I can make an upset. Yeah, and Across is bad on this map. That's so shit for me. Like, boss could get through, and then the weakest player from the first round of is of course through, and that's exactly why I said I don't want that. Yeah, I think it would be better if Speedself makes it. I don't want to see boss getting through already. I'd rather Speedself. But I have pace-wise no chance. I just... Like, in total I played now maybe 10 laps on this track. Upsala. Speedself has a good lead, he should take this. Ja, gut. So they are all finalists. Like, we are exactly like earlier. They all had 1 point when I had 0. Now they are all finalists when I have still 1 point. But it is still doable. It is still doable. But it's gonna be tough now. It's just the Firestorm map hurts, yeah. The first round boss best was nowhere, in the last round Across was nowhere. I had 2 good rounds and it didn't win me a round, didn't give me a point. And just that the fact that I was not getting a point, the thing is yeah that they also got a point. Against Akros I thought it doesn't matter too much, but he's now also in danger of not making it overall. So, yeah, now that map here. And how did I lose that gear? This part is so bad. I had a perfect dirt outside corner, but the exit is the bad part. Because you have to steer and then I lose it. But where have they been when we played a 6-lapper here? I imagine how good my position was in that 6-lapper. And now I'm 4th from the beginning and I'm not driving much worse. Like we are all within 8/10. They are all within 3/10. And Bospis will actually take it. Or will he? I don't know. He will. That was a fucking close race. And I said, like it's my own mistake. I let Bospis through in the first round, so he got 7th instead of 8th. And now I have him as opponent. I don't know how good Nixotica would have been. So I have to win twice in a row now. Yeah, there is no other way. They are both finalists. I have to win both upcoming maps to get through. That means I have to win this map here, which is possible, yeah. But it depends of course also on my opponents. And the next map is the one where I got my first point on. Also if I get through here and win this map, then I have a good chance, yeah. Then I have a chance to make it. Even though you have to of course say that on that other map, pace-wise, they were there also looking a bit stronger. Yeah. But of course the pressure is still super high on that. Can't be far behind. First lap was so good. Ah! Tja. Again, when I had a really good one, someone had to perform well. It was definitely possible. I'm third with exactly 3.333 behind. It was possible, I was very close as I expected, but I had to risk because his first lap was again so good. Like, my first lap was amazing. I don't even know why I was second in first part, and I was always surprised that it never changed to first. Yeah, I tried. Like, I saw that I steered too early, but I was not really... I couldn't really change it at that point anymore. No. Yeah, that's always the thing, when only the win counts and everything else doesn't matter. Then it is also a bit about the luck that you are there in the easy round. Like, my one round victory was of course a bit like a present. That was a bit gifted already. I was actually gifted too much. That's why I actually lost 1.7 seconds. When you have them so early, this lead, but you have such a weird ice slide and so on, it's not easy. Right. Gonna check what else is there happening. Termine. Boom. So, but that I'm too late. Flag Rush is not happening. MSF will be tomorrow. Yeah. Otherwise... This, yeah. There's some cup where I have to start training maps, but I'm not sure if I do this now. I mean, there's actually quite a lot of stuff coming up next week. Naja, I could see if I can get into the finalist server and spectate it. Also Elcon is here as expected. That's the thing, the winning this whole thing would have been probably impossible unless Elcon starts like choking a bit or trolling, like more trolling. Because if he just focuses, if he would take it like serious, like he takes hopefully Team GL very serious, then of course the others shouldn't have a chance. One map is broken, they say. Interesting. So I guess they start now. look at that outside corner. So what do you think? Who will get second? Oh, bad entry for Alcon. But he is still in first. She-Freak already dead. Like, She-Freak made it into the final, actually. There was sadly not really an option that I would be in the same match as She-Freak. Because I think he was doing well, but I believe if it's then just raw pace, it can beat him. Of course, I have no idea how the other semi-final looked like. I don't know how well Quick knows the maps. Like, Quick is of course a very good player. A strong one that maybe will also come into Team GLC, Team GL if he wants to. Like, he has the performance, like he has the talent for that, definitely. But I'm not sure how well he knows these maps, and that's of course then a little bit of an issue. Maybe it was kind of free playing against him. I don't know. And the other one was Nixotica. Nixotica usually snipes through, but he got knocked out in this case. Yeah, Boss Bass was very good on this track. Same as Speedsa. But this time, Boss Bass does not perform that well. Lost of it sometime. Maybe it is actually similar to in our semi-final, just that it looks now bad because you see Alcon and Acros ahead. The funny thing is that Acros didn't perform at all on this track. Like, he was never ahead of Boss Bass here. And now, however, you see Acros being ahead. But he also can't take anything from that because Alcon takes that first place. He was taking that first place. Yeah, that's the thing. If Alcon starts doing such mistakes, like he didn't even need to risk at all. Like, he could have just cruised it into the finish. And now he gifts basically Acros a point. If Alcon does that multiple times, then it is of course also a bit luck based for the guy that takes the point. Like, who is second when Alcon actually does not go through the finish? Yeah. So if I compared it, as a Boss Bass drove a 48, I believe, or was it Speed Self in the last one? Like, where I looked it was a 48, this is now 47.7. You see now in the bottom right always my PBs from these matches, like for my previous match. Yeah, so I only drove 158.6 here. I don't think that you would win in a final with that time. I was definitely lacking pace, mainly due to the gears, I would say. Okay, I see you really stay just the lower gear. But I felt like I did that. Not sure why I lost so much. But yeah, let's see. Boss Bass currently in last. This is of course a very short map for 2 laps. Oh, She-Freak, Across both don't really get a good Alcon or Far in the lead again. It was best from 4th to 2nd. Yeah, Across also dropping the gear. And that's so annoying, yeah, you really don't get this gear back. Now he has to release a lot here, so he is completely out of the rhythm at the moment. And it is Alcon in first making this jump. As always, like this transition is always something where I'm really not sure if that works out. Yeah, Boss Bass has gear issue here. Let's spectate Alcon. Will he go through this time? Yeah, and he keeps the gear. Yeah, 156.0. What is this author time, by the way? Who built that map? Pringles, it was that map. Was it that map? Yeah. Like, 155.4? Okay. If not even Alcon can beat that. Do you think Mime and Alcon could win TM World Tour if Alcon takes it serious? Yeah, that's a good question. Also, many teams will be super stacked, of course. And I must say, the maps are definitely weird enough for Alcon to perform very good on them. So I think yes, they have a chance. Because it's just not very tech-based maps. No, these maps are completely like everything. And that is a great chance for Alcon. Pretty sure. They will have a chance. Alright. Next map. We see Alcon with an early crash. That could be interesting if he gets the slide here. He had a short no slide. Will he catch that up? Like you saw him on the other tracks, he had some lead towards the other players. So if he plays now like he did on the other maps, he has the chance to come back from that and overtake. He will surely try. You see Boss Bass with the first mistake, but he stays ahead of Alcon for now. But for him it got way closer in this case. Across was of course performing very well on this track. Oh, Alcon dead. I saw that very early on. But it's also a chance for She-Freak. Like what's happening here? So we have only 2 players surviving. They battle it out for the point. Across already has a point. So that could make things spicy for Alcon. Because he can't allow any mistake then. He will. Like Across is just very solid on this track. A tough nut to crack. Hard to say on which time he was. I wonder if that was a cut that Alcon just showed. So now you see that Akros is finalist and can win this whole thing. And he was in danger to get knocked out in the semi-final. And naja, he basically has 2 points because Alcon crashed twice. And one of these maps, the previous one, is then also Akros' best map. Like for Akros it could have been super unlucky if Alcon denies him on his best map the point. But Alcon crashed there, and then it was like kinda doable thing for Akros to get here the point. And the other one was of course completely gifted. But now he's only 1 round away. Like one more time, something like this, and he wins. And on this map he gained a lot of time on me, so he is fast. But maybe a bit shaky in the end. So we see She-Freak in front at the moment. Alcon in second place only. She-Freak with a bad drift, Alcon takes first. But now comes the tough part. First of all this, and Alcon clips and he survives though. He survives. And then the ice slide, where I see many players in danger, but not really Alcon. Alcon should make it. So currently Akros the finalist in last place, but that doesn't matter too much. Here comes now the identity of this track, kinda, with this jump. And we see She-Freak with a crash, Akros losing a lot of time towards Boss Bess, and Alcon being again extremely far in front after just one single lap. So Akros, his best chance is to try to overtake Boss Bess and then hope for a mistake from Alcon. Alcon did do multiple mistakes here in the Delta Knockout Season Cup. This time he survives. And now we come to that important ice section again. Alcon actually lost a lot. But Akros also loses a lot towards Boss Bess. Yeah, Alcon has to make sure that he finishes this, because Boss Bess lets Akros through. But Alcon is very alone here with 3 seconds of a lead. And he takes it with a 2 minutes and 40 seconds time. The author time here is 39 minutes. What? So, we have 2 finalists, Akros and Alcon. Without that choke by Alcon, he would have been through already by now, of course. On the choke that he had on the first map. Now both players will come into the 5th map, which will decide it. And that's the Firestorm map, where Akros was looking good. And where Alcon didn't play the weekly cup. So Akros has a chance here. But Boss Bess showed of course also his pace. So Boss Bess can of course also win a point here. And Alcon, I mean, he's really quick in learning maps, so he has good chances here. Yo, Speedsurf. Yeah, GG. Was a close match. Could have gone a little bit better. But yeah, when only first place matters, then it's often a bit difficult for me. I got some second place. Especially this map here was my best one, but I got denied twice with good times. And yeah, Akros has the chance to win it here. Will he do that? Alcon goes into the lead after the first third. Now important ice section. And the most speed comes from She-Freak and no from Boss Bess. Oh, that was a transition by Alcon. I thought he might jump again, but no, it was fine. finds himself only in third at the moment, but very close to first. So Boss in the lead, but they are kinda tight. Elcon going for an inside line, has to drift this more inside. He does that well, he goes into the lead. But Boss and Shifik right behind. Also Akros is only 3/10 behind the first place. Good exit speed for Boss. Now important corner here. Boss coming from outside. He has only a little bit more speed. He stays in second place. Akros half a second behind. Shifik was also good on this map, have to say. He won it in the 6 laps race. Boss actually not with the greatest exit here, so he loses a bit of time. Elcon now 3/10 in front and with a very good drift here. Super good exit for Elcon. Gets a good gear. And Boss with a slight mistake, letting Shifik pass, and Boss is dead. And that gives Akros the chance to get that position. And Boss was of course one of the guys that could have denied. I'm not sure if Shifik will do that. If he stays ahead of Akros. It's of course tight, only 2/10, but Elcon is still ahead, and Elcon can still win it. But in case that Elcon crashes it, the question is, will then Akros take it? He has the chance to overtake Shifik. He is not that far away from him. Just for the case that Elcon makes a mistake there in front. Then this decides everything. So far Elcon is fine, goes very outside, and why did I say that it's fine? And then also Shifik crashes in the same moment. And Akros gets it actually gifted. As I said, that's why I all the time looked at that. And Akros wins it. Ay. Yeah, and that shows that kinda anyone could have won that. What I find crazy is the time that the Akros finished with was a 2:34.1. That is 6/10 faster than the time that I drove earlier, but Akros was so far behind. Like, where the fuck did I lose so much? Like, that's really interesting. Like, it looked like Akros was slow in that round. He was last for the most part. And then he still gets such a time into the finish. Wow. Like, I saw that so early. Like, Elcon was nowhere close to the apex and he just kept on going. Of course, he would have lost a lot. Even with the release, even with trying to not touch that, he would have lost a lot of time. It would have become close anyway. But then just bonking away. The fact that Shifik then also bonks, yeah? Like, Akros had no shot winning this round and then they die. And somehow I saw it coming the whole time. That was the reason why I was all the time looking where Akros is. Like, Boss also easily could have won that round. But he threw it earlier. So now you have Elcon in the lead. I don't know if he played the weekly cup on this map, but he seems to be very fast on it. Did he not touch? Like, I just want to say he just made a mistake, but it looked like he touched, but then he didn't lose any speed. Also probably it was just super close. I'm still confused. Yeah, well, the focus is a bit down there for Boss. Yeah, why does Boss perform in our semi-final so good speed self? Yeah, and then he comes into the final and crashes every round. Ay. Like, pace-wise, he could have won this as well. But Akros is just driving it home and Boss was then doing the mistake at some point. Oh god, Elcon. Was not sure if he comes around. As it's freewheel, he is not accelerating anyway, so he can't really save the turn by releasing. And braking would give him a drift, and then he's also further outside and crashes. Look very, very risky. Who did that map actually? Lizzie. Oh, interesting. He crashes there. Like, I have the feeling that's too boring for Alcon. He tries to crash, kind of. And he's not happy with the run. I'd rather go into the wall. Yeah. Yes, free wheel. You have to finish Alcon. Yeah, well. He brings it home. Alright. The other two have 0 points. I'm gonna leave there. It would take too long now to watch that for third place. Oh, it's actually ending anyway. Interesting. Would have thought that they play for third. Ah, they can play for third, but well. I'm not watching.